Hi you guys, happy Thursday. It's Khang. Welcome to my channel, Wholesale to Million. So I am actually driving out to meet the seller right now. If you guys are new to my channel, we wholesale houses and we do them virtually, where we don't see the seller, we don't see the buyer, we don't see the property, and typically after everything closes, then I'll go out and I'll meet with the seller to get a testimonial. So I'm actually never been in this town before. I've never been in this town before, but I thought I'd do something for you guys, because it's kind of boring seeing me sitting, sitting at home doing the video all the time. So wanted to let you guys know that, there are so many different ways to make money in real estate. There's fix and flip, there's wholesaling, there's there's wholesaling, there's co-wholesale. All right, and that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is that we did this deal with a co-wholesaler. So we tied the deal up under contract. And we sent it out to all of our buyers, and we sent it out to one of the co-wholesaler. His thing is, I don't think he'd go out and he actually tie property under contract. He just worked on building up his cash buyer list, and then he worked with other wholesaler that does a lot of deals in the area, or he just worked with other wholesaler in general, and then he will take their property, right? He will take their the property that they tied on the contract, all right? And then he'll send it out to his cash buyer. And I think that's pretty much all he does, is he just work on building up his cash buyer list. So and then he just co-wholesale with other wholesaler, all right? And he makes pretty good money doing it, you guys. I know there's other people that co-wholesale and they can make really good money. You can easily make over $100,000 a year co-wholesaling, all right? So so you guys, if you guys do have a buyers, right? If you guys do have a good size of buyers list, right? You guys have a good amount. Go ahead and reach out and try to connect with other wholesaler in that area, and in your area or in the area that you're targeting, and see if they're willing to give you their deals, so you can send it out to your buyer and make a little bit of fees, doing that. All right. Now, a lot of times what you want to do is that you want to ask that wholesaler, right? You want to ask that wholesaler is, hey, how much do you pay, right? How much do you typically pay if I bring a buyer, right? So, and let them tell you the number, all right? Don't mention a number. If they ask you, well, I don't know, well, what's your fee, right? Then you want to go back and you want to let them know that, hey, you know what? I want to work together. I want to work, I want to do this for long term and not a one-time thing. So, why don't you let me know what makes sense for you, right? So you always want to bounce it back to them, have them give you the number instead of you giving them the number, all right? Because a lot of time you'll be surprised their number that they're going to give you is a lot higher than what you think that you want, all right? Or what you think you want from them, right? Sometimes they give you a much higher price or much higher number than you thought of. So that's the reason why you want them to go ahead and tell you the number first, okay? You do it to seller, you do it to buyer, you do it to other wholesaler that you work with, and it's the best way, right? So when they give you a number, that's kind of the number that they're happy with. If it's more than what you're thinking of, great, they're happy with paying you that, and if it's less than what you are considering, right, then just let them know at what price will work for you, right? And then hopefully, obviously the goal is to make it work for everybody, okay? So anyways, you guys, I want to let you guys know that is be open-minded. Don't shut things down, right? You don't have to go out there and try to, if you have a cash buyer list already, a large or a good size, and you don't have to go out there, market and finding your own deals and selling to your cash buyer. Reach out. If in the meantime, reach out to other wholesaler and try to ask them to see if you can help them sell their deal. All right. So you guys, I just want to let you guys know that there's so many different ways to make money in real estate. So be flexible, right? Have a goal, right? Have a goal. You know, don't set a goal, right? But be flexible how you're gonna get to your goal, all right? So whatever that you want to make, you know, be flexible. It doesn't have to be this is the route, right? It doesn't have to be that this is the route, right? You got to do what you got to do to get there, right? You got to do what you got to do to get there. You got to be flexible. You know, when my wife and I first started in real estate, we started out fix and flip. You know, I got so inspired by wanting to be a developer, right? I want to be a big developer in my area, right? And because I was seeing this guy, he's building homes, etc. He's building houses, and you know, it's just so inspired, right? Because that's what I was thinking. I said, you know what? You start out fix and flip, and then you build your way up, and then you just build your way up. And I push away wholesaling because I didn't think wholesaling, or you know, I didn't think wholesaling can make the kind of money that that I know that you can make now. There's people that are all they do is wholesale, makes, you know, $500 to $1 million a month just wholesaling properties, right? Wholesaling houses. And you know, and so when I first got in, I pushed the ideas of wholesaling off because I figure, you know, wholesaling is an entry level, right? Those are for the one that doesn't have the money. You make a really small amount, and then you move up to fix and flip, and after that you move up to the, you know, being a builder, building new constructions, etc., 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 right? But you guys, I got myself into the whole fix and flip, and I didn't like it at all. You know, and but don't get me wrong, there are very successful fix and flipper out there that have a system in place, right? That they have a system in place, they have a team in place where it doesn't require as much of their time, and they have a very successful fix and flip business. It didn't work for me, you guys. I did it for 3 years, and it was crazy. My rehab always go over budget, the time frame always go over, and I was always working constantly 14, 15 hours a day. I'm always on my phone with contractor, with subcontractor, GC, you know, with Home Depot, right? And it was to the point where, you know, when my wife and I initially wanted to get into real estate, the goal is not just to make a lot of money, but also to have the time freedom. And I'm sure you guys can relate. I'm sure that you guys want to find a business that you guys want that time freedom to be able to go and do whatever you wanted to do, right? I mean, think about it. If you make all this money and you don't have the time to enjoy it, then what's the point of making all this money for, right? I mean, I don't know if that's how you guys think, but that's how kind of, you know, my wife and I, that's kind of how we think, is that, you know, is that we wanted to get into real estate because knowing that the potential of making the kind of money that we want is there, right? The sky is the limit in real estate, you guys. You can make as much as you want, as little as you want, right? And and then when we got in, you know, we wanted not just the money, but that time freedom. And then when we realized that, wow, when we realized that, oh my gosh, the time freedom is not there, right? The time freedom is not there. I was working so crazy hour. You know, the wife wasn't happy because, you know, we didn't get to spend a lot of time together. We already working, you know, we already working a lot of hours before that. I was working for a little small business, and I was working at a full-time job. So we want to find another career, another business to merge into that makes a lot of money, but being able to have that time freedom and get that time back, you know, for us. So anyways, you guys, I want to let you guys know that, you know, and then when I start merging into wholesaling, you guys, wholesaling, I don't know, but the whole fix and flip was just not for me, right? It was just not for me. I didn't want, you know, a lot of times where you put a lot of your money up at risk. If anything, you know, if anything changes in the market, and if you have a lot of property tied up, it can be a big issue, right? It can be a really, really big issue. If you don't have enough reserve, even if you buy it right, you know, even if you go in and you buy it right, but if you don't have a lot of cash reserve sitting there in case of something happened, right? Something happened with the market, you can go down big time. You can go down and under. So, you know, at the time, you know, and then when I first get my first wholesale deal, and that was the turning point, I figured that, you know what, when I fix and flip, it takes me 3 months, 4, 5, or even 6 months to make $50,000. And I did my first wholesale deal, and I made $28,000 in 7 days, right? It was 7 or 10 days, I can't remember. And that was like, that's it for me, right? And I only put 2 hours into making that deal happen. So I like, you know what, that's it. We start convert, we stop our fix and flip, we finish up what we got, and it was full-time in wholesaling. And at that time, I was going out meeting sellers, meeting buyer, etc., right? And then eventually, you know, eventually we're like, you know what, maybe there's a better way. Then I start watching other, start watching YouTube. So basically we start digging, right? Start digging for other ideas of how we can improve, and how we can improve the business and make it better, less time, etc., right? Less time we put into it. Then I came across virtual wholesaling. And you guys, the idea of virtual wholesaling never came across, because I was like, well, why would someone, right? You have all this thing in your head, like, why would someone sell it over the phone? Why would someone sign the contract over the phone? You know, they want you to come out and meet with them. You know, they want you to look at the property. Like who does that? Like who, right? So it's like it never even came across. But when I came across, when I was, you know, when I was just searching and finding better ways to improve the business, I came across virtual wholesaling. See, here's my thing. First you guys gotta have an open mind, right? You gotta have an open mind. You gotta believe that somewhat this is possible. Because if you don't, you shut it down, right? Let's just say when you hear something and you don't think it's possible, you're like, yeah, this is fake. You shut it down. So when you shut it down, which means, I'm sorry, I'm gonna change lane. So when you shut it down, you don't open your mind up to start digging to it, right? Because when you have that belief of, hey, maybe this is possible, then you start digging, and trying to find more stuff about it. All right. Now the next thing is that you gotta be able to believe that you can do it. Because first, if you don't believe it's possible, you shut it down, then you stop, then you don't start digging into it. Second, if you don't believe that you can do it, then you're not gonna even try, right? Then you're not gonna even try. And then third is just, you guys, is just being able to take action and apply. Whether it's going to seminars, whether to buy that course, whether to hire a mentor, whatever you needed to, you know, whatever you needed to do, then take the action to do it. So that's kind of my whole belief. Is like when you're exposed or hear of something new, you gotta say, hey, this is cool. Maybe, you know, there's something here, right? There's something here. So have an open mind of the belief that it is possible. Then second, believe that you can do it. And then third is just taking action and apply what you learn. All right. So anyways, you guys, I just want to share that quickly with you guys. And so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. But if you are interested, if you're new to my channel and you are interested in learning about wholesaling, you know, wholesaling houses virtually, then smash that subscribe button, you guys. Let me share and teach you everything that I've learned and everything that I will be learning, and bring it to you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn from it, duplicate, and go out there and create your own success. All right. Now, if you do like this video, don't be shy. Smash that thumbs up for me. And you guys, thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in and taking time to watch each and every single of my video. I really appreciate all the comments that you guys drop. And so ask me anything, you guys. Drop me a comment below, and I'm more than happy to answer it. And I do read every single comment, and I do try to reply back to you guys. So thank you so much, you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.